Hello and welcome back to my channel. So as promised in my last video, I'm going to do a 6 monthly 2022 favourites today. I just wanted to show you guys all the stuff I've been loving. So when it pops up in videos, you're like, yeah, I know that. So without further ado, let's get into it because this is going to take a while because I love stuff. What can I say? Starting off, primers. This I never ever hear anybody talk about, but it's incredible. It's the Elizabeth Arden Flawless Start Hydrating Primer. If you are dry skinned, you need this in your life because it is incredible. It's so hydrating, feels so beautiful on the skin. It's just the best hydrating primer I've ever tried. It feels so lovely. It makes makeup go on beautifully. Even drier foundations I find still go on lovely over this. And then an obvious one, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. If you've never seen this before, which I highly doubt, it's got a doe foot applicator. This one is practically empty and also has no writing on it anymore, so that's how much I love it. But I in fact love it that much, I've bought a second bottle and it's ready to go when I finish this one because I genuinely don't think I could live without it. It is so beautifully glowy, makes, again, even the driest of foundations look gorgeous. I'm a big glowy skin person. Some might say sweaty, I'm going to say glowy, so this is just a staple. Foundation wise, in my last video I was talking about how I've been loving a more lighter coverage foundation. So the fullest coverage one I wanted to mention is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. This, again, really glowy, really beautiful. It's what I'm wearing today. But the other two I wanted to mention are both skin tints, which if you'd have told me 18 months ago I'd be raving on about skin tints, I'd have been like, excuse me, that's not right. But these days I love them. I love to let my natural skin shine through a little bit. So we've got the Say Slip Tint, which is glowy, lightweight, great for when it's sunny because you just don't want something heavy on your skin. Feels great, lasts great, doesn't look dry, good colour, just a general all-rounder. And then something that I never ever thought I'd try, MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body. I used to be like, what's the point in Face and Body? You can barely even see it. And now I'm completely obsessed with barely being able to see it. It looks so natural on the skin, it's so glowy, so beautiful. It's one of those, I know we used to say your lips but better colours, but this is your skin but better. It's gorgeous. Concealer wise, I've got the Magic Away Liquid Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. Again, I've been liking a lighter coverage concealer. I never thought I'd say that, but this has the most difficult lid to get off. Has a little bit of a spongy applicator, which I don't love. I'd rather it was in a squeezy tube, but it is really nice. Good for reapplying on the go because it's sort of self-contained. And then we've got the KVD Good Apple Concealer. I did not like the foundation. And I bought the concealer and I thought, why have I done that? I don't even like the foundation. But I know a couple of people who loved the foundation didn't love this because they said it wasn't high coverage enough, things like that. So that's what sort of made me think, actually I will give it a go, and I really love it. Again, super natural looking, super beautiful, high coverage, I would say. It's not the highest coverage concealer I've ever tried, but it's a very high sort of lightweight coverage. I'm addicted to cream blush. It's just a fact. It's just who I am as a person. I love it. So these are the Melt Cream Blush Lights. This one is Honey Thief, which is a kind of peachy orangey tone, and then this one is Sandy Cheeks, which is more of a nudie orangey tone. They've just released two pink shades and they are without doubt on my wish list when I finish my spending ban because they're gorgeous and I love the formula of these. Really beautiful on the skin, nice and glowy. They've got the tiniest little bit of shimmer in them. They've got the tiniest bit of, it's not even shimmer, it's sheen. And again, they just look really healthy on the cheeks. Then I've got the Made by Mitchell liquid blushes. I have a few of these. I've got the red one, the orange one, all the kind of crazy colours. But this is probably my favourite. This is Peach Sugar, which is just a really pretty peach colour. Again, you can see I've sort of been gravitating towards more peachy, orangey toned blushes, which is another thing I never thought I'd do, but I really love the blushes. They're really great quality. I really want to try the new Pride and the pastel ones because I think they'd be great on the eyes. Another sort of liquidy blush. This is the Say Dew Blush in Rosy. Oh, I don't even know what to say about this one because it's so freaking beautiful. It's perfect. It's everything I want in a blush. The fact they've brought out some new shades of these is again another thing on my wish list for when my spending ban ends. If you want to see that, let me know because I feel like it would be fun. But this is, like I said, the shade Rosy. Again, it's a bit more of a peachy tone, but it's just so pretty, so healthy looking, kind of natural, but you can really build it up. Beautiful. And then the final liquidy blush is the sheer blush from Iconic. This is the shade Rose Riot. And this is the only really pinky toned blush that I picked out for my favourites. It's really pretty. This one is really subtle. If you are into no makeup, if you want to wear like a fits and body, this and like a little bit of bronzer, so gorgeous. I love it. Let's talk about bronzers next. I've got two cream ones here. Another one from Say. Literally everything I've tried from Say I've been obsessed with. I need to try more. Because I love this too. This is the Sun Melt in Medium Bronze. This is like a lighter pigmented cream bronzer. It's not quite as intense as the other one I've got to mention today. But again, it looks really beautiful on the skin. Blends so flawlessly. And this honestly just looks like a tan. Like I love wearing this on its own with a bit of mascara. Just really natural, really beautiful for like the hot weather. And then I've got the Huda Tantour in Light. This one comes with a little stopper, which I think is great. This one is a bit more intensely pigmented. This is one that I wear if I'm wanting to wear, obviously, a bit more makeup. It, again, is just really gorgeous, blends really nicely. Not quite as natural looking as the same one, but it's great for like a quite structured contour. Then I've got two powder bronzers. This is the Lorac Tantalizer in Tan Lines. This was a completely random purchase. Did not think I was going to be as obsessed with it as I am, but I love it. Blends beautifully. This one's a little bit more of an orange tone, so you've got to be a bit careful with it. Don't sort of go over the top with it, but when it's applied sort of sheerly, I love to put it over the Say cream bronzer. Because together they just make a really like healthy glow. The other powder bronzer I wanted to mention is the Huda Glowish. This one's a little bit different to the Lorac. It's not quite as pigmented, it's got a lot more sort of sheen into it. But this again a great one for like no makeup days because it's just really glowy and really healthy looking. As you can see, there's a bit of a theme. Even though I've got a bit of a theme going on with loving like lighter coverage, I still love a super intensely glowy highlight. This is Jouer Citrine, which is like a beautiful gold. This is so intense and really, really gorgeous. Not one, if you're not into an intense highlighter, it can't really be sheared. It just has to be there. But it's beautiful. I love it. Then we've got Ofra Pillow Talk. The Ofra highlighters are some of my favourite. They're so creamy, so beautiful. This one can be sheared out a little bit more. It's got that gorgeous pinky tone, so it tends to sort of blend into your blush. Really pretty. And then the other highlighter I've got is the Nabla Skin Glazing in Ozone. This is probably the sheerest of the three. I definitely wouldn't call it sheer, but it's sheerer than the other two. This is one of those products that just makes you look incredible. Like it's a really like healthy glowy lit from within. There's no kind of chunky sparkle like there can be in some highlighters, and it just looks gorgeous. I really, really love the blushes and the bronzers in this range too. Mascara, literally got one. This is KDD Go Big or Go Home. This is my go-to mascara right now. This wand is massive. So if you don't like a massive one, you're not going to like this. But it's great. I don't find it flakes. It doesn't transfer into my lower lash line, which is a big problem I have with mascara. It's a really great one and not the most expensive of like the high-end mascaras. My other favourite's the Lancome Hypnos, and it's like £10 more expensive. Here I've got some sort of random bits. Lottie freckle tint. If you watched my last video, you saw me rave about this. I love freckles. I think they look beautiful. I wear them every day now because I'm obsessed. And this is a really, really nice product. I'd quite like to try the Freck one so I can compare the two. But yeah, this is the deeper one because I just find the tone is better for my skin. It's not quite so red. So I love this one. And then a couple of brow bits. MAC Fibre Boost Brow Gel. This is like a Benefit Gimme Brow, but in like double the size. So, and I personally prefer this shade. It's spiked. It's more of like a grey toned brown. And then I've got Kosas Eyebrow in medium chocolate brown. This one's a little bit warmer and hasn't got quite as many of the like fibres in it, but it's a really beautiful one. I don't use as much brow pencil as I used to, so I tend to use a gel to sort of fill them out. And then the brow pencils I do use are both very fine tipped. This is Huda Bomb Brows in Rich Brown, and then this one is MAC Eyebrow Styler, yeah, in Spiked. So these are both really, really teeny tiny tips, which is just really great for like drawing in the individual fibres and hairs. I also wanted to mention the Pro Glitz pigments. I've just got a couple here. This one is Afterglow, which is like a beautiful like pinky bluey reflect in a sheer one, and then this is Lily, which is a blue with a pink reflect. I did not do that on purpose, but they appear to be the same. These are sort of just representative of all of the Pro Glitz pigments. They're beautiful. They are so pigmented, you don't need to mix them with a mixing medium, which makes my life easier. They are really, really gorgeous pigments. She also does some like chunky duochrome type flakes, which are also gorgeous. Let's talk about eyeshadows. You saw me use this one in my last video. This is my Give Me Glow palette. So everything up to this black here is Give Me Glow. Their shadows are incredibly high quality, super easy to blend. They come in the most stunning, bright and out there colours. This one is Mojito, which is one of my favourites. It's a gorgeous like minty green colour. This one is Stars and Rockets, I want to say, which is like a holographic glitter, which is incredible. These shadows are really worth it, and also the pans are huge. The only issue with them is you do have to buy these massive Give Me Glow palettes, or else they would fill up a Z palette and like with like 6 shades. So I love them. I love the fact they're massive, but taking this everywhere is kind of inconvenient, I'm not gonna lie. Then we've got the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer palette. This has been all over TikTok at the moment because it's super affordable on TikTok Shop, but I have had it since its launch. So it's got one like reddy, yellowy, greeny side, and then one pinky, purpley side. This for me is my perfect colour palette because I love all the warm tones. And so this is great. It is a bit bulky, but obviously it's double-sided, so I sort of let it off for that. I'm not sure it needs to be. And the only thing I would say about the packaging is the mirrors sort of come in unglued because it is quite heavy. But as always with P. Louise shadows, the pigmentation is great. They're really creamy, easy to blend, easy to work with. I've been loving pastels at the moment, if you couldn't tell from my eye look. And this is the Alva 2 palette from Odin's Eye. This is a gorgeous pastel palette. I know some people don't like pressed glitters, but I mean, look at that. It's incredible. The pastels are really, really pigmented, even though they are very like white based, and I just think it's a really nice mix of colours. You can do a bit of everything with it really, and you've even got the browns in the bottom corner to do like a more natural look with, so it's great for travel. And then I wanted to mention my Pastel Roses shadows. These are all really incredible creamy duochrome like special shades, and they are so gorgeous. These can like jazz up any eye look. I bought recently like an all matte palette from a company called Am's Beauty, like a neutral matte palette, but added this in, it makes that matte palette so much more exciting and gives it a bit of je ne sais quoi. Finally, let's talk about lips. I've got a couple of lip liners. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Colour Pencil in Full Scale Rust. This is my favourite lip liner for like deepening up any sort of nude shades. It's a really gorgeous like peachy browny nude. Then I've got Too Faced Lady Bold lip liner in Badass. Number one, I love the packaging of these liners, it's gorgeous. And number two, this is the perfect like neutral my lips but better lip liner. Do we still use that phrase? Because I'm maybe stuck in beauty blogging from 2014. Not gonna lie. Then I've got a gloss. This is Fenty Fussy. By far my favourite Fenty gloss. By far my favourite gloss I own. Not sticky, comfortable, you can't feel the glitter in it. Beautiful colour, just great all-rounder. Then I wanted to mention the Urban Decay lipsticks. I've got one of the cream ones and one of the matte ones here. The reformula of these lipsticks is incredible. I didn't used to love the old Urban Decay lipsticks, but these are both gorgeous. The matte's really comfortable. The cream is just one of those great everyday lipsticks. Such great choices. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Medium. This is, I would describe it as like a spicy nude. It's a bit more than a nude because obviously it's the medium shade, so it's a bit deeper than normal Pillow Talk. And I just find, on me personally, I prefer it as it kind of looks, I would almost say like a sexy nude, to be honest. Then I've got a Fenty, one of the glossy lipsticks. This is glazed, so incredibly comfortable, basically a tinted lip balm. One of those you can just really throw in your bag, you can stick it on at any time. And then I did want to mention this, it's the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment. This one's Get It On, I also have a red one. These are my favourite liquid lipsticks. No dryness, no cakiness, no grossness, just incredible. Finally, I wanted to mention this. This is the Benefit Professional Super Setter. This has overtaken the Urban Decay All Nighter as my favourite setting spray. This is incredible, sets everything down beautifully, makes everything sink into the skin, but the lasting power on this is absolutely crazy. This is something that I would urge everybody to go and buy because it really is incredible. So that's it for today. I hope you did enjoy seeing what I've been loving recently. I'd love to know what you've been loving. If you would like to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share. You've been great. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time. Bye.